Someone disrespects you in public. What do? If you stay silent, people may think you're weak. If you fight back, you may look like you've lost control. But what if there is a third option? The Stoics answered this question 2,000 years ago. Today, men are rarely taught how to lead themselves. They are taught how to make more money, how to build a stronger body, how to become more attractive, how to gain more status. But almost no one teaches a man how to stay calm when he is disrespected, how to stay disciplined when no one is watching, how to control himself when his ego tells him to react right away or before trying to control the world, how to control himself. For thousands of years, this was seen as the highest form of strength. Then, we forgot it. Today, many men know how to build muscle, but they don't know how to build character. They know how to build a career, but they don't know how to develop self-control. They know how to impress other people, but they don't know how to lead themselves. The Stoics believed that true strength does not come from controlling others. It comes from controlling yourself. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus were not trying to create great warriors. They were not trying to create great leaders either. They were trying to build a character that could carry the weight of life. Because sooner or later, life asks something from every man: pressure, responsibility, sacrifice, and difficult decisions. The real question is, when life asks those things from you, will you be ready? But how can a person build that kind of character? According to Marcus Aurelius, everything begins with learning to lead yourself. Because a person who cannot lead himself cannot stop life from leading him, even though he was one of the most powerful men in the world. Marcus's greatest battle was never with other people, not with enemy armies, nor with political rivals. His greatest battle was with his own anger, his own fears, his own ego, and his own desires. That is why he often reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. For Marcus, this was not just a beautiful quote. It was a discipline he tried to live by every single day, because he knew one thing. In life, there will always be people you cannot control. People who disrespect you, people who look down on you, people who talk behind your back. And sometimes, even when you are right, you will still be the one who loses. At that moment, most people give in to their first reaction. They shout, they fight, or they completely shut down. But Marcus knew that your first reaction is often your worst advisor. So, he immediately asked himself one question: is this really something I can control? If the answer was no, he did not waste his energy. If the answer was yes, he started by correcting himself first. Because according to Marcus, true authority is not making other people obey you. It is making your own mind obey you. And maybe that is exactly what many men have forgotten today. True strength is not being able to throw the hardest punch. True strength is choosing not to throw it, even when you easily could. Because a man who can lead himself is not easily controlled by anyone else. But there is something else. Even after a man learns to control himself, he can still become a prisoner, not to his anger, not to his fear, but to something far more subtle: the need to be accepted, to be admired, to be approved by everyone. Seneca saw this long before the modern world. He watched people spend their lives trying to earn the applause of others, trying to become the version of themselves that everyone else wanted. But every time a man changes himself just to be accepted, he gives away a small part of his freedom. Today, the trap simply looks different. Many people build an identity based on other people's opinions. They stay silent to avoid rejection. They pretend to agree to avoid criticism. They chase status, hoping it will finally make them feel enough. Meanwhile, life keeps asking more from them: more responsibility, more courage, more difficult decisions. And a man who constantly needs approval will eventually hesitate. When life demands conviction, Seneca understood this. He who seeks the approval of others places himself in their power. paraphrased from Seneca's philosophy. The moment your worth depends on someone else's opinion, your peace belongs to them too. That is why Seneca believed real freedom begins the moment you stop asking the world for permission to be yourself. That is why Seneca believed the day you stop chasing approval is the day you finally become impossible to control.